How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys do really enjoy it, subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button, select all for all notifications, so you guys don't miss out on a single video or stream here on the channel. And as always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about the Expendables 4. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, I have reviewed the Expendables 1, 2, and 3. They're all on a playlist here on the channel, so I encourage you guys to check out those videos once you're done with this one. And this film came out here in 2023, and I will be honest, I was mildly optimistic for this film. I feel like 1 and 2 were good, 3 was decent enough to be a proper conclusion to the Expendables trilogy, and nearly a decade later, we're getting a 4th movie in the franchise. And it feels that this franchise is just going to go on for 50, 100 years. Like, literally, they can make an Expendables movie every 3 to 10 years and just have some sort of new random mission, some sort of new random villain that they have to go out and complete because the CIA is just a bunch of idiots. And that's what this movie feels like. It feels like a bunch of idiots wrote the script. There's a lot of plot convenience. A certain character ends up dying. I will not tell you who because I don't want to spoil it. But a certain character ends up dying in this movie. And when they did die in the film, I was just like, it was definitely different. I mean, we've had Expendables characters die in the past 3 movies, but when this one died, I was just like, is this like gearing up to be the final chapter? And then the end of the movie comes. And they do a 360 course correction, and this character that is supposed to be dead. There's this famous line from Star Wars 9. It goes like this: somehow Palpatine returned. They do that kind of thing in this movie, and while that might be a spoiler for some people, if you've never seen Star Wars 9, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But when that happens towards the end of the film here in Expendables 4, I was just like, okay, now you need to retcon the beginning of your movie. And I just hated it. I didn't like it. I wanted this character to die. Okay? That is another problem that I'm having with a lot of movies I've been watching in the past 5 years or so, is characters don't die. It makes the emotional impact of a character being sent off, whether that's in a glorious fashion of death and sacrifice, or they die in combat, or anything of that nature. When a character dies, it's no longer permanent. And this movie suffers from that, unfortunately, and I just really dislike it. The action is decent enough. The CGI is horrifying, especially when this bomb goes off. I'm just like, it is so bad. So bad. It's very predictable. It plays itself very safe. You know exactly what's going to happen. When a character says, "Oh, I'm not getting back into the fight," and 25 minutes later they get back into the fight, I'm like, well, duh, they have to because their name's in the credits. They're not just going to be there for a 5-second, "I'm going to drive a little boat to somewhere," and then do nothing for the rest of the movie. Stupid. Most of the characters that we have come to know from the first 3 movies are not in this movie, and the ones that are, like, Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham, they're in here, they shine. The remaining Expendables crew that is in this movie from the first 3, they do a good job. They do a lot of, like, the next generational thing. So there's characters from the 3rd one that got introduced. They're not in this movie for whatever reason. Instead, their kids are, and they're the new Expendables. There's also a retcon where Jason Statham's love interest from the first 3 movies, the actress didn't come back, and instead she is replaced by Megan Fox. I hate Megan Fox in this movie with a living passion. I don't like her acting in this movie. She's just like, "I'm going to take over the Expendables group, look at me." And I hate her in this film more than I did in Revenge of the Fallen. If you thought Megan Fox in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen was horrifying, wait until you see her acting in this film. It is so monumentally garbage. I didn't like her. She doesn't do anything really. She doesn't say anything really. She's just there, I feel like, for a paycheck and to get her name mixed in with all these other big action stars. I have never seen her to be an action star. I don't know why and how she got the gig for this role. She must have had some sort of connection with somebody behind the camera. But I didn't care for her. And there's a bunch of other new faces that are in this film that haven't been in the past three. They just show up literally out of nowhere. They literally just come on screen, and I'm just like, I don't know who you are. Never seen you in a movie before. I don't know why you're in this big action, gigantic conglomeration film series. And I don't know what your skill set is. I have no idea what your character background is. You are literally just here for like 5-10 seconds or 5-10 minutes of screen time, and then you're gone. I just don't care. And that is the biggest thing I'm going to keep saying about this movie. I didn't care what happened. There was one moment, like I said, where a certain character dies, and that was probably the biggest moment of the entire film. Everything else was just like, okay, I've seen this before. Okay, now this is like a Fast and the Furious ripoff. There's literally a scene where there's like Jeep cars coming out of the back of a AC-130, and I'm just like, okay, you're ripping off of the Fast and the Furious movies, especially Fast. I think it's 5. The originality and the heart and soul and the passion of what made the Expendables films so special is missing from this movie. And if they end up doing any more, I want them to go back to the formula that works. Yes, it's generic. Yes, it's safe, but it's fun, and that's what people want to go see. This movie tries to change the formula in so many ways that it just doesn't feel like an Expendables movie. It could be anything but Expendables. So, with that, guys, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.